Hey guys, this is the general reading for Pisces for May of 2019. So that would be Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If you have any significant of Pisces in your chart, if you're a cross watcher, so if you're watching for someone else, if you're just drawn to this video, any reason really. Also, to get a more complete picture, or if this doesn't resonate with you, check out my your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Maybe even Mercury, I don't know, but any significant placements in your chart or any video you're just drawn to that I've either already done or will do in the future. Energy is fluid, so this could already be happening. It could have already happened, be happening now, could happen in the future. I could read it as you, it could be someone else. I could read it as love, it could be career. So just apply it to your life as necessary. Take what fits, leave the rest. Don't make it fit if it doesn't. It's a general reading. If you want to know more specifically on does this apply to you, if it doesn't apply to you and you do want to know about your situation, or if you want to know what's coming, blocks, help, advice, guidance, anything like that, please look in the description box below regarding anything about my services. Also, people have asked for donation information. Thank you so much for that, by the way. All that information is also in the description box below. My email address, my PayPal. When you're looking in that, please look at all of it, including the disclaimer. A lot of people just get to my email address and then email me. They don't read the rest of it. I'm more than happy to help you guys, but it saves me time. So read it all, and then if you still have questions, then email me. And thank you so much for those of you who have donated just to continue the energy flow back and forth, or if something I've said has really helped you and all of that. Because any money that really comes into this, whether it's through the channel, donation, services, they really go to what I mostly put it towards is furthering helping heal myself. Excuse me. And then that teaches me how to heal myself and then heal others, because a lot of people need help during this process and with everything that's going on right now. So I give back with it. And so I furthered my Reiki with advanced Reiki, Holy Fire. So now I can even teach Reiki. I'm currently in the process of going through shamanic training. In 2020, I'll be doing plant spirit medicine, all of which I can also do distant wise and just further help people. So thank you so much for all of this. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell. I put out different types of videos. So thank you very much for that. I think that's pretty much all of it for right now. If I think of anything else, I'll say it. I'm trying to really zone into your guys' energy because I feel so much. And I think it's going to be different for different people, but let me just think for a second. Hold on. Or feel. I think most of it I'm going to get through channeling and any other cards that I pull. But for the most part, I feel this kind of excited but slightly nervous energy. I also feel a kind of compulsive or obsessive energy. And so when I was laying the cards, it made me really look to what was going on astrologically. And I think it's the first time right now since in a while that you guys really haven't had a whole lot going on in your sign. You do have Neptune there, which I think in June or July it will go retrograde. But as of for right now, it's pretty much all you. So you're sitting in your own energies. And lately, I think that, there has been a lot going on in Pisces. And you might have gotten used to that. And right now, there may be this thing of having to recalibrate and be in your own energy. And maybe you may not like that because it feels different. It's not what you're used to. Maybe you got used to other energies being in your sign. And let's face it, you guys are very much a sponge, the sponge of the zodiac, basically. And on one hand, that's really annoying. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time. But maybe this is a good time to bring awareness to yourself of how sometimes you even look for that, because you either become unacquainted with or take for granted your own energy, or even forget what your own energy feels like. So when you go back to it, just because it is so all encompassing, it's might either be too much or in some ways not enough. And I say not enough in the way it's not detailed enough because it's such a large, comprehensive energy. And maybe your mind, teaches you over time to where you teach others, like you look for other outside circumstances to teach you how to zone in your energy and make it smaller so that you can utilize it. And that's great and all, but not really. It really is going to lead you guys to codependency and not great situations. You're going to want to learn how to do that on your own energy. So just as a side note of what I'm feeling, if you're starting to get a little bit uncomfortable or a little bit of like, where it's almost like this energy of like, where'd everybody go? You know what I mean? Where'd everybody go? And I don't know if you had so many energies in your sign that you were just like, just leave me alone. And now nobody's there and you're like, hey, come back. I'm ready to play now. I'm relaxed. Or if it's you got used to so many energies being in your sign and now that they're not there, you're just left with you, which is amazing, but your mind may not see it that way. And you're just kind of like, let me go find some things or track it down to kind of be like, hey, I want to play. Or, just zone in your energy. And that's really something that you're going to have to learn how to do on your own or, get help or whatever, but you're going to have to learn how to do. Because if not, you're going to be, you're going to stay in the victim mindset and you're going to stay at there's a word I'm looking for, but I can't think of it. Disposal, maybe? I don't know. Like this, basically, where you're stuck to other people for your fulfillment, enjoyment, gratification, satisfaction, validation, maybe even. So just be careful of that. We'll see how that plays out in the reading. But I don't want to say quite grasping for straws, but there's like I could feel a shifting of energy going on. And I think you guys can too. And I think you're just trying to find either something to make you feel as abundant as when you did when all the signs were in your sign or planets were in your sign, or something just to ground you in this meantime. And it would really benefit you to kind of, just sit back, just chill. Just be in your sign and learn to take advantage of it, and don't keep doing the same thing over and over again. Because you guys really are coming to a period where you're made to do, I mean, you've always been, but to really show and do great things. And you're going to have to break out of that pattern in order to do it. So anyways, let's see. Oh, and by the way, too, you also have, like, squaring you, which is kind of a challenge. You've got Mars sitting in Gemini, which is very much a action-based and a communicative type sign. So I also, when I was laying your cards, that was another thing I was feeling, was I could feel stuff in my throat. So I don't know if you guys are holding back from saying some things, or if you're really being pushed to say something, or even maybe to communicate with somebody. Maybe you even feel like, because opposite that is Jupiter and Sagittarius, so maybe you feel like it would even help you or expand things for you to put yourself out there or reach out, or just try to find a balance with that is what I'm saying. Don't do it in a, I mean, we'll see how it is once I go in the cards, but codependent or desperate way. Do it in a, it's okay, you're taking a risk, but there's no expectation kind of way, and that you are just chilling in your energy. Basically, don't carry on this pattern of looking for energies to help you find you or ground you, and then play victim to because of what comes along with it. In kind of, I don't know. Anyways, in the center of your reading, you have the Knight of Wands reversed. So, honestly, that's another thing too. There are so many people and so many energies in this reading, and that I can feel. And I don't know if I'm even going to be able to like pinpoint all of them and what they are. But there are a lot of different energies. So there may be a lot of people involved in this type of situation, or more than you wanted. I don't know. Or you have absorbed a lot that you have to release. I don't know. But either way, in the center, you have the Knight of Wands. So clearly, I do think that you, or in your life, you're putting a stop to something. But you might have even had somebody who had kind of, either they weren't putting in any energy anymore, or they had kind of like player-like manipulative ways. To clarify that, you have Justice. So possibly for some of you both. Also a Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Which you also have up top. So I don't know if somebody was doing something behind your back, or if somebody left you, or if you left them. To some degree, some people, like some of these energies are going to be where somebody leaves or got left. Either way, an energy that has run its course. It is not beneficial. It is not good. Good is no longer in your life. And then a more balanced energy comes along, whether it's your own or something that is better for you and your life, more beneficial. Some of you, there may even be a revival of something from the past. And maybe that becomes better. I don't know. Really more of those Knight of Wands. Yeah, so this Knight of Wands reversed, it's no longer. For whatever reason, it's no longer. You have the Justice card, and then you have the Fool card, which is also in your crowning thoughts, the Fool card. And you have the Devil card on the bottom, which you also have in how you see yourself. Somebody was definitely juggling. Juggling, defensive. Too many people involved. Like, I mean, on one hand, I want to, like, narrow this down, but on the other hand, I don't or I can't. Like, it's just so much. It just is. There's a lot of people. These, I wasn't even pulling these cards, and these cards, like, flipped out of the deck. And you have Wedding and Deception. So, I don't know if somebody was in a marriage or even a type of commitment. And like I said, there was some type of deception. Like I said, but I mean, literally this deck is put away. And I pulled another deck out, and those two flipped out. And I flipped them up off the floor, picked them up off the floor. And I don't know, I just kind of knew. I was like, I have a feeling they're for this. So, what's crossing this is the High Priestess. So, things not being seen, secrets, maybe, you know, you were trusting your intuition. Some of you could have been dealing with a Virgo. Tell me about this High Priestess. Please. So clarifying the High Priestess, you have the Knight of Swords, and you have the Emperor. There's so many storylines here. I don't know if both of you guys, like if the Fool, I mean, you have a new beginning, but I think taking a risk, maybe even a leap of faith. So some of you could be too, that somebody comes in and I don't know, is either trying it out, whether they're either taking a risk or playing a fool and saying they're done in whatever they've been in, or getting a divorce, or just got divorced. And there's things that you don't know about it, things they're not telling you. So I will say this, because this is really hard to zone in on this energy, so I don't know. Hopefully it comes together and I'll figure it out. But you do have a lot of Scorpio energy. And one thing about Scorpios, you know, that I'm really being drawn to say is they know, I mean, most of the time they're like this anyways, but they know when to pull back and get in their own energy and recalibrate and get in their thoughts and self-reflect. I mean, that's one of their main things they like to do. So you have a lot of that for basically your likely future and your likely outcome. So you may want to think about embracing a little bit of that energy, because there is so much at play here. So much at play. I think this is why it's hard for me. So much at play that it's going to be hard for you to see things. To see it, intuitively feel it, decipher it, which is why this is what's crossing you. You're going to have a hard time with your intuition. Maybe even a little bit harder than, I don't want to say harder than normal, like you usually have a problem with it, but you're going to have a hard time with it. And It's just going to be hard for you to see. It's going to be hard for you to read it properly. So you may want to take a little bit of a pulled back approach. And either just get in your own energy for a minute, or maybe delve into it a little bit, but not too much. Like, let the other situation speak for itself. Like, let somebody show what they're going to do. Like, don't get too much and too involved. There's a lot of emotions here. A lot of emotions. A lot of feelings and emotions and hopes and wishes and desires involved. That could very much, you know, cloud your judgment or the way you see things. In a bad way, just either if the other person's doing it, or even just in the way you are processing it. That isn't for either your benefit or the situation's benefit. In your foundation, you have the Two of Cups. So, I mean, some type of either relationship or situationship. I mean, at the very least, something that is emotionally important to you that's expanding. So clarifying that is the Ace of Cups. So, an offer. The beginning of something new, which on the bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Cups. Underneath that, you have the Knight of Cups. Underneath that, you have the Lovers, Chariot, Page of Pentacles, then the Knight of Swords, then the Two of Swords, King of Pentacles for the Moon. There's going to be something you're not seeing about it. I think there's more people involved going to come in and then maybe pull back. Either it will or you will. And there's just things you're not seeing. Something either with family, you know, another partner, maybe somebody's pregnant or kids, but there's just a whole lot of people. There's a whole lot of females, a whole lot of males, maybe even two couples involved. A lot of people, a lot of competition. Oh my God. And then sticking out, I'm not going to leave them out. You have the Queen of Cups and the Three of Cups. So there's you and the Three of Cups. I don't know if somebody's coming to you with this, or if you recently got out of something and you're like hurriedly to something else. You know, real quick. It's like I said, it's so many storylines that I don't know. It's hard to even pinpoint. For sure, take a little bit of a step back approach so that you can. Your emotions are somewhat going to be blinding your intuition a little bit, and not only that, but you know, your kind of hope. There's a desperateness too, but while that's happening, that's why it might be good to force yourself to go a little bit slower so that you can let things pan out. Is that the right word? Like fall into place. It might be a little easier for you to see in the meantime. Not to mention pulling back and calming that down yourself will help you to hear your intuition a little bit more. It's just somebody's not saying something. Whether it's you or the other person. There is a restless energy either underneath, or one wants to talk and the other doesn't. I would recommend, if you are the one who wants to talk, don't. Just pull back. Like, I feel like, flip it as necessary, but I feel like the Pisces are like in such a like mode, like go, a desperate kind of mode, not just sitting back and chilling, that they're really not listening to their intuition. They're looking and trying to grab is really the energy I'm kind of getting. And I don't know if you're just coming out of a cycle that's maybe put you in that mode. Maybe being with, you know, this person has kind of put you in that chaser, having to find, kind of addictive mode. Maybe you got stuck in an addictive mode by your own kind of ways, but especially if this person had manipulative ways. And then either you dropped off or they dropped off, and now you're still running like a hamster in that wheel. Where do you put all this energy? That sucks. I'm sorry if that's so, which is very much so for a number of people. In your recent past, you have the Two of Pentacles, so needing to try to balance yourself again. Certain amount of, somebody was in a relationship with somebody that was just not good, very player-like, or narcissistic tendencies. You know, not knowing up, not knowing down, not knowing left, not knowing right. There are so many things that you're going to have to address about yourself with this. And if you do not figure this out, you're going to stay on that wheel with either this person or somebody else. Maybe even realizing that a part of you is addicted to the drama of it. Maybe there's a mistress. Maybe that's another thing the High Priestess could be for mistress. In your crowning position, you have the Fool. So either somebody being a fool or a new beginning. Somebody taking a risk. You have the Page of Cups with the Fool. So either thinking of a new beginning with somebody thinking of one with you, starting to talk to somebody. You have the Fool and the Strength card. Goes from the Fool to the King of Cups and Eight of Wands. What? Well, that doesn't help much. The Wheel of Fortune. I want to know what goes from your crowning position to your likely future. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Can I get a little bit more expansion on this, please? Which in this one, it says change. Come on. So the Fool. Something happens that puts you on a new path, and I almost get this vibe. I don't want to say it's luck, but a little bit. Maybe even because this thing kind of reminds me, I don't even know what it was called, but there's this game back in the day where it was round like that and it literally had the lights, and I think it would light up and you had to hit it. I don't know. So, like, hopefully hitting something right at the right timing, which change is also, or the wheel is also divine timing. So this could be something that is of divine timing. Like, maybe something comes back in because now it's the right time. Or something comes into your life that's never been here before because now it's the right time. That's really what this is meaning, like, by that. Because like I said, when you hit it and the light goes off, you have to hit it right at the right time. And then you have the Fool again. So something coming in that just puts you on a new path, or you knowing and going after a path. Can I get one more card on this? The Sun. Innocence. Which this innocence is, or Sun is basically about, a different perspective. It's basically about healing to where you have the heart and the spirit of a child again, but you now see the way the world really is. Like, as a child, they have the heart and spirit of a child, but they're naive. They don't see the realities of the world yet, and then they do, and then they get disheartened and they lose that heart and spirit of a child. This is about healing to the point where you do heal, you get back your heart and spirit of a child, but you also now are not naive and you know the way the world works. So this could mean that, you evolve because of this. Or something that you just take a risk on that is now meant to be. It helps heal you. Like, you make a decision and you have very strongly here something about divine timing and something coming in and it helping you. Yeah, so you do have maturity too. So it does help you evolve. And then the Two of Swords. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Swords. Something you are going to have to make a decision about. You're going to have faith about. And let go. If you don't, it's going to mentally distress you. But it's like if you choose to go with it, it will bring you healing. In your likely future, it's something that you are being guided to, and there are cycles that you might have had a lot of patience or invested a lot into. But let's move on and see. In your likely future, you have the King of Cups. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And the Eight of Wands. So I think you receive communication, a message, and action, but from either Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but you do have a lot of Scorpio here. Or you just feel it's now time and you're more evolved emotionally. They feel a lot, but they don't really say a lot. The King of Cups doesn't really say a whole lot, which matches kind of like that Emperor energy I had before. So some of you, this is going to be a new person, and some of you, this is going to be someone from your past. Who was, you know, doing their own thing. Let's put it that way. And it really is, this Fool energy really is about taking a risk. Whether this is a work opportunity, a person opportunity, or whatever. Because you have the Page of Cups, so a new opportunity, something new emotionally that could be, whether it's work, situation, person, or whatever. And you're really going to have to, like, you have the Strength card, like, you're really going to have to monitor and fight something within you. Like, and face something within you. Like, take a risk. Maybe you're trying to decide whether to take a risk. Tell me about this King of Cups energy with the Eight of Wands. What's up with this? So, you have the Queen of Cups. So this could either be you that evolved, or at least you're thinking you evolved, or, you know, something of your other half. I think you've evolved. I think you see things differently. Knight of Wands. Ace of Wands. No Lovers. Either you or they. Somebody sees something differently. You very much have Perspective card. 4 of air, but I mean, look, totally perspective. Like seeing the same thing, black and white and in color. Completely, how you see things has changed. Or how they see things have changed. You have the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Wands, who I don't know, maybe he's still reversed, but is now upright, and that's who is in your center thing, the Knight of Wands reversed. The Ace of Wands. And the Lovers. So at the very least, there's maybe communication. Maybe some type of action. Between you and this person, situation, thing, or whatever. This makes me nauseous to think about. Just saying. I don't know if anybody else feels nauseous, but it's making me a little nauseous. Not here. Here. Almost in this way of you don't know if you have what it takes to do it again or to get through it again, you know, or like, do you have the willpower? Do you have the self-esteem? Just do you have what it takes? Basically. And it very well could be a divine partnership, you know, with the Lovers here. So you might also have to make a decision because there are a lot of things, darn it, coming up about decision. And being like, but also head over heart decision, but very much a spiritual soulmate. Tell me about the Lovers card. So I just think you realize something, and there's communication. You have the Ace of Swords. 5 of Cups, clinging to the past. 10 of Cups. It's like you see something that like either heals or allows you to let go. Either you or the other person does. I don't know. Let's go on. In how you see yourself, you have the Devil card. And I'm sorry this isn't more clear, but I think this is the energy also that you guys are going through. It's going to feel like a lot. It's going to feel kind of confusing. It's going to be hard to see through it. It's almost muddy to me. Like the energy is almost muddy. Where it's like you can move, you can see, but not clearly. Where the intuition is going to be hard to see. The thinking. Like, that's why I almost think you might want to take on some Scorpio energy and just pull back, wait it out, let the stuff fall. What falls? What happens? What is able to be maintained? What is true and genuine? Because if it's not, you know, it's hard to keep that face up. What is revealed? Like, almost take a little bit more of a passive approach. Let the universe play out what it's supposed to play out almost in this. But anyways, how you see yourself is you have the Devil card. So, I don't know if you feel addicted to it. Like I said, maybe you're in an addictive pattern. Tell me about the Devil card. I think you feel stuck, confused. You don't know what to do. You feel like you can't leave it behind. But yet you don't want to carry it anymore. Again, you have the Strength card. Again, you have the Page of Cups. Again, you have the Death card. Again, you have the Devil card. And then you have the Ten of Wands. It's a burden. I say pull back. I'm not saying not to do it. I'm saying to pull back. There's too much garbage, for lack of better words, muddying the water. Again, I get a lot of Scorpio vibes. So, and that's not garbage. What I'm saying is, still waters run deep. And that made me think of muddy water. So the water is too muddy. Not to mention, I don't think you guys have gotten yourself in check yet. In your environment, you have the Six of Swords. So it could look like you're moving on. It could look like someone else is moving on. Maybe it looks like things are getting easier. Moving on to calmer waters. What about the Six of Swords? So again, Page of Cups. Strength card. Maybe someone's at a distance from you, wanting to travel, needing to travel. Things looking better. Mentally, at the very least. Again, you have the Lovers, Devil, Death, Six of Swords, Page of Wands, Knight of Wands. I don't know the longevity of this, but what I can say and what keeps coming up, and my third eye is also like you got to pull back, because you've got to get in your own space and get in your own energy and get in your own intuition. You're not going to be able to see. And it's going to affect your energy. It's probably going to affect your stomach too. There's too much going on here. Like, I wish I could tell you more, honestly, but there's too much too much going on to be able to make any type of sound decision. The way the environment sees you, the first thing that came up was the Temperance card. So it could be balance, could be healing. Maybe you're trying to get balanced. Then the Hangman, again, different perspective. Six of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. And then kind of like, is Six of Wands. So they could see you as healing. They could see you as balancing. That you or they have had a different perspective. Somebody is thinking about the past or some type of nostalgic or pleasant memories. Could be kids. Let's see. Tell me about the Six of Cups, please. The Seven of Swords, Two of Wands. Someone made a decision to close out the cycle. And they blocked off and took care of and built themselves. Then they see you in a positive light as the Queen of Pentacles, or you see them in this way. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, maybe? Maybe that's what the Six of Swords is like either how you see somebody or how somebody sees you has changed. They see you in a better light. Maybe more balanced, that you've healed, some different perspective. There's just something that they see. And I guess they're trying to weigh things out, or they've either been waiting or thinking, strategizing how to be victorious. Tell me about the Seven of Pentacles. This is how they see you, but yeah, like they want to offer a new beginning because they think that it can now be flip this as necessary, okay? They think it can now be lucrative and can grow and be a good investment. There's something that they see that they really want. They're more emotionally invested in it now. I think they might have even went through some stuff. They're either willing to take a chance or they've let some stuff go. They've gone through a level of healing. They've gone within and seen and gained a better level of control. I do think somebody has been through something, though. Sorry, I don't know why I'm being guided to light this, but I love Palo Santo, but I hate how it doesn't stay lit very long. Sucks. Maybe we can help remove some of your energies and your acidity. I don't know. But I'm being called to do it. So I'm doing it. Beep, 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 beep. I feel like you guys are like, it's heavy though. Maybe that's why I lit that. It's heavy energies. Heavy. Very heavy. It's like a breathing pudding or something. I don't even know if that makes sense to you, but it is. It's going to be a lot for you or somebody else to deal with. Okay, let's put it that way. I don't know who it is because this is going to flip-flop. But there's still something that you guys, and this is why you need to pull back and keep your things about you, is because there's still, it's like somebody has realized something. Maybe they're testing the waters, and they're like, and they're starting to see something, and maybe you are a little bit more in the favor, or vice versa. But there's still other energies there. They're maybe clearing out. Maybe they're still in the process of clearing out. Or it's still very much depending on how you handle it. And I just don't think that this is a situation that is best for you to just go all in. Like, even if you take a leap of faith, even if you take this chance, keep doing whatever it is that you were doing. Do not stop. Also, make sure certain things are proved. Make sure certain time has gone by. See what somebody's really like. What are they doing? Let time tell. Let the universe show you. Especially if you do have a lot of emotions in this situation, you know, but have certain boundaries, have certain requirements, have certain that XYZ should be met before I put my heart on the line. Whatever. But I'm not going to lie. I mean, it could be something that will work out for you, or it could just be something they see you differently, and that doesn't matter if it's not in alignment with for you. But where you still need to keep yourself about you. Because even if somebody's been through some stuff, like, they're still healing. Somebody still has a lot of energy to clear out. So, you know, make sure they're not still in somewhat of a codependent energy where they're like, yeah, I know what I want, I'm clearing it out. But it's before they've actually done it or done all of it. And you don't want to be in the middle of all that. Like, you don't want your sponge-like energy to just be like, yeah, sure, I'll be there with all your crap and everything around. Sure, I'll suck it all up. Like, no. No. You gotta have boundaries. Which is exactly why in your hopes and fears now you have this. You've been healing too. Whether you have, they have, or both of you. But you're like, boundaries. Like, you still got some umph to you. You still got some, will. But you're not just gonna go at anything for any whatever. Like, yeah, you've got some energy, but you don't have enough just to be like, I feel like wrestling with a crocodile today. You know what I mean? Like, you're just, no. You are, be more protective of your energy if you're not. And for some reason it guided me to be like, because it's normally hopes and fears. And I'm like, well, let's see what they hope and let's see what they fear. Let's separate it. Like I decided to do with my, what's your environment or how they see you. I might continue to do this. But, so, what's in your hopes? The Hermit. Maybe it's a Virgo. Maybe it's continuing to learn more about yourself. Or it's just you pulling back so you can see. What's in your fears? Either working together. Some of you are going to be like, F no. And some of you are going to be like, I don't want more people involved than needs to be. So, in a little bit of a, not paranoid, but which kind of matches the Scorpio energy too. A lot of Scorpios are not quite paranoid. Sometimes they can be, but skeptical, not as trusting. Just very to themselves. They don't say a whole lot. And they just observe. They go more off action than words. Fortunately and unfortunately. They just sit back. Scorpios have just this level of patience and strategizing and watching and even testing. So I don't know, if you want to test, you can test. But they, honestly, so sometimes Scorpios do things, but Scorpios have this way about them where they can see and do things where it almost seems like they did do something, but most of the time, like 95 to 97% of the time, they really didn't even do anything. They didn't even have to. Like, they just usually, because they have this way about them of waiting that a lot of people don't, or they normally know the people and their ways and their codependencies or own shadow. They see people's shadow that the people themselves don't even see, that they almost know just by being themselves or lining other things up how to really make that person either hang themselves, show their colors, whether it's good, bad, or whatever. That's kind of almost a lot of times where the testing even comes in. So, again, you might want to take on some Scorpio traits right now because this is very muddy waters. It very much is giving me this Scorpio energy, and Scorpios are very good at navigating the underworld while not being able to see. It is their playground. So maybe you're dealing with a Scorpio, or you just need to take on some Scorpio-like tendencies. Yeah. So in your likely outcome, you have the Death card. So Scorpio, also maybe something changing. It could be the end of a cycle. Tell me about the Death card, please. We have this Page of Cups is like just loving it today. I mean, it's came out like a million times in this reading. And then the 10 of Cups. So either an ending to a family, or it could be the beginning of a 10 of Cups situation. But I get this vibe that if this person is going to make it, whoever this is, they do need to prove themselves to you. And you also need to lay down your new things if you've changed as well. A Scorpio can come in hot and heavy and then back off. Besides the hot and heavy in the beginning, for the most part, Scorpios, they stay who they are, you know. They're pretty good about that. Not, you know, completely, but they're pretty good about maintaining and staying who they are. So there's also a very big lesson here about, you know, stay who you are, stay what you are doing, do not change, do not alter, watch your energy, learn your energy. If you see it changing, learn why is it beneficial, why is it doing. If you're taking up energies that you're around, please cleanse yourself or stay away from them if you have to in the meantime, especially if this person, they need to clean themselves up. However, you have the Devil card, and I feel like so do they. Because they have the Queen of Pentacles, which did come in earlier, and I think you're coming up as the Queen of Pentacles. And then the Queen of Wands. And sandwiched between them is the Devil card. Basically a lion covering themselves in sheep's clothing. And then on the other side of that is again the Page of Wands. So I feel like there is the beginning, either an offer of love or the beginnings of a thinking of it. But energies have not fully cleared out. If they're even going to be, but they're not right now. Another thing you may want to think about, just like I was saying about how a Scorpio does test, you know, maybe you could think about doing that with this person, but more the reason I'm saying that is, be careful of somebody testing you. Not even just to see if you're worthy, but to see, you know, what you're willing to put up with and what your boundaries are. And like I said, Scorpio very much does that. They, you know, for one, they will show you your shadow quicker than anything. Especially if you're not aware of it. But they will see what they can do. They will push your buttons. They will push your boundaries. They will see how far it can go. They will test you. So I don't know if somebody's going to do this to you. I don't know if you need to do this to somebody else. I do think you have the opportunity for it working out well for you. But it's not just going to be like 10 of cups, like boom, 10 of cups. Like it's a process. It's kind of one of those like long haul type things, and don't ever put yourself or keep yourself in a situation that's not good for you. I don't care if it's for a long haul, but, sorry, it's hard to see the time. My shirt, it like blends right in with my shirt. So they could have even been testing you, and maybe you passed, or, you know, they still will. They always will, just so you know. And they could still be trying to decide, though, you know, because, or they see you doing this, where they're still trying to decide and planting seeds and seeing exactly. I think somebody's at this point where they're trying to almost decide or plant seeds or whatever and see like which one is going to be more victorious for me. And they may be testing certain situations, which might be why there's a lot of, you know, pots in the fire or whatever you want to say, is because they're trying to see what is going to be the best route for them, the most lucrative, productive, beneficial, Um, it's just really bringing me to this, how this Temperance has the two cups, but it's going back and forth, but between its own cups. To where either this is one person doing this, or this could be being spiritually guided, this union. You see what I'm talking about? Like this angel, it's going like this between the cups, these two same cups. Maybe somebody's been in an uncomfortable situation recently that has made them rethink about and re-see how they think about things, either from the past, their childhood, their children, whatever, what they want, like what they really want. It's making them really think about what they want. And then they have the Six of Wands. And going after it to be victorious. They're trying to figure out how to get it. What they want and how to get it. So again, more Scorpio energy, strategizing type energy. I'm going to guess that could be more than Scorpio. But either this is very spiritually guided, or something happened where you or somebody else was left in a point where you or they was just left with their own cups, and to heal between them and balance between them. And then they've gotten to a point where they, for some reason, it's going to be different for everybody. I'm not even saying it's healthy. Like, it can be healthy or unhealthy. They now want to share their cup. So, let's pull a card on this. Pull our card on this and the Death card. Show me this line right here. Yeah. Somebody's looking at you or testing you out as a possibility. Like I was saying. You have the Two of Wands, but possibilities. Somebody's looking at you. And seeing the possibility of it, or they see you doing this. But I don't think they're saying anything. And I think they're in the middle. It's either because you're letting go and they're wanting to pull you back, or they're in the process of possibly letting go of someone else, or someone else letting go of them. And now they're kind of checking their other options. But I'm just letting you know ahead of time, they've got some energies they need to clear out. Like, a lot of energies. You do or they do. Somebody does. Maybe both. Lovers again. Knight of Wands. Same one. Tell me about the Death card. So definitely end of a cycle. Like seeing something. There's definitely an evolution here. Because this King of Cups is an evolution. The Death card is an evolution. It's the end of a cycle, a change, a new one coming in. And then you've got the Master card, which in this deck honestly comes after the World card. So it's like being aligned. Knowing, seeing, feeling. The Magician, existence. Two of Swords. Deciding, being split. I think this person's still split too. You or someone else, whoever this applies to. Which is why you need to pull back. Be civil, be whatever, but it is not your responsibility to help this person clear their energy. And it's also not fair of them to expect you to. Don't feel guilty also, but don't become trapped. Eight of Swords. But it also should be your boundary. Your boundary should be, no, I'm not subjecting myself to that. Let me know when that's cleared out. So you have listen to advice, think clearly, intellect, craving, compulsion, obsession, anticipation, bright prospects, wish, eternal youth, energy, newness, vitality, stalked, invaded, watched, madness, ecstatic ritual, energy release, sovereignty, independence, free spirit, flaws, contradiction, mistake. I feel like this is their energy. So I feel like they have probably even good intentions, but they have energies within them they need to release, as do you. But you need to let them clear that, and you need to clear your own as well, especially if this has any chance. Tell me about the Devil card for the partner. Quote, quote, partner. Maturity. Ace of Pentacles. Tell me about the Devil card for Pisces. Six of Wands. Not sure how that's a Devil card. Maybe your ego. Can you clarify this? Devil card for Pisces. This duality that you have also. So theirs is going to be maturity, having to like grow up on it, but also a new offer. But they do still have a little bit of, you know, growing up to do. Yours is you know, a little bit of your ego and being happy and free. Basically, whether to free yourself or stay stuck. You're keeping yourself stuck in this. And they're like doing whatever they want to do. They're like, where do I put this energy? Yours is, I hope what they tell me to do, I'll like. That sucks. You are staying in a victim mentality and giving your power away. Your happiness is dependent on somebody else being there or saying it's okay or whatever. So again, you have regeneration, Scorpio card, serendipity, new life. So things, again, this is another thing about timing. Things coming together at a certain time, in a certain way. Just very mystical, magical, synchronicity, serendipity type of way. Something that was once dead is changed, rejuvenated. Why? Because it's probably the right time. The universe kind of has its blessings, and either you or something else comes to life. I think because of the fact that one or both of you, like probably both of you, at the very least one of you, but, and then maybe the other one will help the other one just by being them. Not helping like you're a doormat, but helping by just being you and doing what you've been doing and leading by example, if that's the case. Have been or dealt with certain circumstances that made them see things. They had to go within. They had to see themselves. They had to face some of their inner demons. And it has brought them to more of a head and heart balance, like this King of Cups in your likely future and this Ten of Cups, like head and heart balance, harmony. I mean, you don't eradicate years of stuff just like that, but you or the other person, I think it's the other person, but I don't know, has had, there's a lot here about a shift of perspective, a lot of cards on shift of perspective. Excuse me, and seeing things differently. Which doesn't make things perfect, but a level of healing or enough to where there is a receptivity, possibly. Especially depending on how you handle the situation. But enough to where you or somebody else is more receptive now. Why are they more receptive now? So something has changed their perspective. There's the Four of Swords. So they've had a certain level of thinking. They just see things differently. And then here's the Hierophant. So nothingness. So they probably did have to go in and see a lot of their shadow. Maybe something was taken away from them. So I put the Hierophant card. Something came to the end of its cycle. They were worn to sheer exhaustion. Lover's card again. So it's either you or another connection. But something happened in their life. or they went through something, whether physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever. And they probably will give an offer. I'm just wondering whether the Page of Cups is just showing the offer, or if they're really coming in as this King of Cups. And I think a vibe I'm also getting is that they are more receptive now. I don't know if they're going to come in full on as the evolution of the King of Cups. I feel like there's a level of the two of you evolving together, which means it's not just going to be roses and daisies. It's going to be a little uncomfortable. Sometimes it's going to be growth together. You know, tell me about this King of Cups or the evolution. I think if you want to know more, you'd have to get a personal reading, because I think it's too specific to really lock down on. But they have evolved to some degree, and there is a lot more level of a receptivity going on. Tell me about this Two of Cups. Yeah, there's definitely an evolution. Because they are showing from the Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, King of Cups. Then you have the Knight of Wands, King of Wands. Completion. Like, they went through some type of cycle of themselves where they had to learn something. And, I mean, I just know by following Pisces, you know, Pisces has too. A lot of people have. I don't know why they're, let's see. Tell me, why are they looking at Pisces now? So, it's not definite. They are looking at their possibilities. You're not the only one. Maybe it's between two. I don't know. And they are trying to figure out who they want it to be. I don't know if that's a blessing or not. I'm not, so please don't take it like that. Please put this to your own situations accordingly. Because just because someone thinks something doesn't mean it's like, woohoo! But they are trying to figure out and to come together. I don't know if they've eradicated completely yet the energy of their full playerish ways. They are looking for that special someone, though. Queen-like energy, Empress energy. And they may be thinking of you partially because they're checking out their options, but because they have nostalgic memories of you. Because you have the Six of Cups here, you have the Six of Cups here. I don't know. They think it may be a viable option for them. Why do they think it might be a good option? Because they see things differently. They've been shown, maybe they've been shown something. What have they been shown? Queen of Cups. Receptivity. Maybe you're very receptive. They like that. Don't be moldable. Be compromising, but stay who you are. What have they been shown? You're getting the Hangman. I just think I don't know if they've seen you go through something or maybe how you've grown. Maybe they like some of your characteristics. Of compromising. Like I said, compromise. Don't let people mold you or lose who you are. They see you as the Queen of Pentacles, and then so I don't know if you're like really doing some stuff lately and you've changed a lot and they like what you're doing, maybe, and they want to be a part of it or take a chance. So, like I said, go slow with this and see what somebody's doing. Make sure they have stuff to bring to the table too. Make sure they're not being opportunistic or just trying to like rain on your parade or crap in your Cheerios or something. Also, if they are, still in something too, like even if they just got out of something, like they need to heal. Like you just don't go from one to the other. And I don't think they're fully out of it anyways. That energy is still lingering. So love life is ascending into a higher level of commitment. Tell me about this person coming in. For you to love. It's safe for you to love. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Give your relationship a chance. Work on the partnership. Playfulness. Getting to know each other. Past life relationship. New love. So, I mean, you guys are going to have to work through certain energies. This codependent energy may somewhat even be worked out together, too. Because at first, it might be all light and whatever. I just still feel this underneath energy that will be worked out. So, be lighthearted, but have your boundaries. But there's something that you guys probably are going to have to work out. Together. It's almost like you have experienced in this life what you're supposed to together and or separately. And always listen to your intuition. Do not take what I say as written in gold. But where you have certain things to experience together as well. I don't know. I don't know how sure I feel in saying that. Or maybe before you get together, but you're friends first, or you state your boundaries. I don't know. Like, contact me for a reading if you need me to dig further. There's so many energies here. It's really hard to pinpoint it. But you absolutely, if you've grown, please don't lose that. And don't be scared if you say no about them running away or asking them to hold on that they'll run away or whatever. Like, please stick to your stuff and what you've learned. But I feel like there's enough here where you're going to be able to pull up more of their energies they need to heal and release. And they're going to be able to pull up more of your energies. I think I said that right. You're going to be able to pull up theirs. And they're going to be able to pull up some more of your energies that you need to heal and release. But there may be a little bit more of a level of receptivity here now than maybe there was before. Maybe there was more of a clashing before when animal spirits want to talk to Pisces in May. Yeah, like purging. This is very much about purging unnecessary energies. The Panther on the bottom. So you have Deer. Loving, intuitive, graceful, the Mother. The Deer represents the feminine aspects of Earth energy, which you're coming up as the Earth energy. This energy is available to all creatures regardless of gender, but is especially potent in new parents. During the first few days, they are fully present, nurturing and calm. Their inner beauty radiates and a sense of grace calms the room. A Deer personality affects others in this way, drawing them toward a quiet tenderness. The Deer card may appear when a birth or celebration of new life draws near, or when a situation calls for absolute gentleness and compassion. When in balance, receptive, compassionate, nurturing. When out of balance, concerned, protective, to bring into balance nature, children. So they might also see you as very nurturing and compassionate too. But you are going to have a level of patience and compassion with this, for yourself and for them. But boundaries and time, patience. Tarantula. They're probably going to come up as the tarantula. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. Tarantula. At a crossroads. I think this is both you actually, but I think this is the energy they're sitting in. This is where they're sitting now if they haven't come to you. If you haven't come to you, you're not here yet. You will be. I think they're here now. At a crossroads, claiming life's purpose. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream. Yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find your true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. When in balance, follow your intuition. When out of balance, hesitates, over-intellectualizes. To bring into balance, daily journaling. I feel like I should pull one more card. There might be a draw here because it might be literally a spiritually guided relationship that they know they have to figure something out. Tell me one more card. Who else wants to speak? Because you have crossing this, the intuition. So maybe even this person is all upside down right now. Because it's like they know, like maybe they've been fighting something themselves. And like their intuition is just speaking to them, speaking to them, speaking to them. Or if it hasn't, it will. Yeah, because it was like the two cards clarifying this was the Emperor and the Knight of Swords. So it's like they don't know what to do, to speak, to not to speak. Crow, spiritually strong, creative, watchful. The crow has long been a symbol of magic. A crow personality is drawn to the supernatural and has a gift for seeing the unseen, knowing the unknown. It is said that the crow holds within its minds the three realities, past, present, and future. Crow energy is potent. It should only be tapped into when the mind is clear. Like I said, back away. There's a lot of energies going on here. Those with crow tendencies must balance their life with a healthy diet, joyful friends, and regular self-study. When in balance, psychic, strong, clear. When out of balance, ungrounded, hypersensitive. To bring into balance, daily meditation practice. Meditation, journaling, very important. So B. Earnest, hard worker, democratic. The B personality is a delight to be around, especially when there's a team project on the horizon. Bees love to work steadily and thoughtfully until the final task is complete. They are sensitive creatures, aware of many subtleties at once. For the most part, they have bustling, joyous personalities until they're too tired from all the work. Then they gripe and then they sting. When in balance, content, active, vibrant. When out of balance, overworked, annoyed. To bring into balance, mini vacation. So if you need time away, take time away. But so completion, harmony. There's a completion of a cycle going on here. This is very much being spiritually guided. I really do kind of get a spiritual relationship here. Maybe even a divine feminine, divine masculine type thing. Let's look at guidance, and I think I'm gonna be done. I feel like I'm just gonna keep saying the same stuff over and over again at this point. This is not something to rush to. That's not what I'm saying. You need to keep doing what you're doing, and I don't know what's gonna end with this either. So, you have to stay independent, stay doing whatever you've been doing. If you've been doing work, please give me 3 to 5 cards of advice. I mean, it is a little bit conflicted and back and forth. Like I said, I'm not going to paint it out like it's perfect. I don't even know what's supposed to happen with it. But you have so many cards that are... You have the 4 of Wands. So, success, but 4 of Wands. I mean, you have so many, like, soulmate cards here. Like, you know, normally you know what the 4 of Wands looks like. The marriage or lovers. You have the way, this is one unique to this deck, but pray. 6 of Cups, joy. And the High Priestess, intuition. I mean, these are your cards of advice. Let's do this. I just want to see something. So you may have to pray for guidance on this decision. And also listen to your intuition. So you're probably going to need time away, journaling, clear your mind, all of that. It's going to be a pretty deep decision for you. And I'm not even saying it's like you're supposed to go with it. Like, this is, everybody's going to be different. I mean, 5 cards. Again, High Priestess. So your higher self is guiding you and or them here. Because you have the Six of Wands underneath that. And I always get this, this is the Six of Wands. And for me, this card is always like, it reminds me of like the Lion King when, was it Mufasa? Was like, you know who you are. You know, it's like, you know who you are. And that's under the High Priestess. So you are being guided in this. Also under the Four of Wands, you have the High Priestess again. Under the Lovers, you have the Star. So like, again, you're being guided. Like, it's your path, it's your journey, like your higher self, like you're being guided. You will get the communication that you need. And then you have the Six of Cups with the King of Swords, which to me the King of Swords is usually Aquarius, which is also the Star. I just really get that this is really being guided, and that doesn't mean it's together, but you are being guided, so just sit back, don't go full force with it, don't get all confused or think you have to control it. Like, you're being guided. So pull back, let energies clear out, know that you're being guided anyways, it'll be handled. Let energies drop, let energies fall, let emotions settle, let mind and heart come back to balance. Let things become clear again. Because you are this is a highly spiritual, being guided type of thing. I don't know if it's to be together. I don't know if it's just to learn something. I don't know if it's to see things from a different perspective or to take your power back. I don't know. But I feel like it's going to be, you know, beneficial or a learning situation for both of you. But I think I'm going to end it there. I guess I'll pull one more from each of these, and I really will be done. Just as additional advice. If you want to know more on this, or deeper into it, or if it applies to you or whatever, please hit me up for personal reading, because a lot of times, especially the ones that are like all beautiful and possibly romantic and everything, like people think that applies to them, and really only like 50% of the time does it apply. So just to make sure, you know, I don't know, but that's up to you. Listen to your intuition. One card here or two. So really go within. It's going to teach you a lot about yourself. You know, reflect. This should be effortless. So if it becomes very hard on you or triggering, you might have to heal. But if you feel like it takes a lot of work, or you're like, what the heck, or it's mostly your confliction and your own blocks that might be doing it. Like, absolutely be vigilant, be there, but it should be effortless. And to do this in a different way. Like, this isn't to go back to your old patterns. This is to do things in a new way. Just really one card, please. Be your best self always. Pause. about codependent. Always do what's true to you, even if you think it'll make you unhappy. But it would be your own blocks if this is like super hard on you. So just know that. Your own worries, your own whatever, let that go. Let it all come up. Go, observe it, love it, release it. Have faith in yourself, have faith in the universe. Could be a test. It could be something that's meant to come in. Give me one card, please. Or more. Back to what you love. Your current situation has given you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. Maybe even to see if you still want this. Maybe this is to see if this person even really wants this. Love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. Be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. I love you. These are very important words. Practice compassion. See things from a different perspective. Please have balance with all this, though. Okay. I love you guys. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell. Don't forget, if you're wondering about donation information, services, email information, any of that, it's in the description box below. Also like, share, comment, subscribe. And you might actually have stuff with relationships too, because within this time, Venus will be in Taurus, which is very much about relationships. Could be also money, work, and stuff like that too. But it's also with Uranus, the Sun, Mercury, so illumination, changing things up, and involving in the way you're thinking. So maybe that's what will lead to certain perspective shifts here. Also make sure it's not just the energies and it doesn't just go away after May. So again, sit back, see where the pieces fall, see what remains, just keep doing you and be true to you, and just let the universe show you. Just watch. Just observe, like a Scorpio. Observe. See what is shown and presented to you, not just at first. Just keep doing you and see where the things fall. Okay? I love you guys. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for walking this journey with me and allowing me to walk this journey with you. I'm super, super grateful. I love you guys. Stay balanced and in your own energy and grateful. Watch your perspective. I love you guys. Bye.